I'm back to my political family. Fubara declares support for Tinubu and backs OK Chinda for Rivers governor. It happened in Rumuosi at the groundbreaking of the Riven Medical Industries project in front of a crowd that had gathered for what looked like just another commissioning event. Then Governor Siminalayi Fubara took the microphone and Rivers state politics shifted again. "We have made peace in the state," he told them, "and I am supporting our Rainbow Coalition." Then came the line that has since traveled across every political desk in Nigeria. "I am part of the Rainbow Coalition, and I'm back to my political family." With those words, the governor of Rivers State publicly folded himself back into the political structure built by his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, the minister of the Federal Capital Territory. He didn't stop there. Fubara used the same appearance to declare his support for President Bola Tinubu's second-term bid and to throw his weight behind Kingsley Chinda, popularly known as OK Chinda, as the man he wants to see succeed him as governor of Rivers State in 2027. He asked the crowd to do the same. Vote the coalition. Vote the ticket. Sheathe every sword still drawn in Rivers State politics, he said, and let the state move forward. For a governor whose name has been synonymous with confrontation, the shift is enormous, and it is already reshaping the ground underneath the 2027 governorship race in real time. Let's start with what this actually means on paper. The Rainbow Coalition is not a single party. It's a cross-party political umbrella built by Wike, pulling together loyalists from the People's Democratic Party, the All Progressives Congress, the Labor Party, and the Action Alliance, all under one banner, all pointed at controlling Rivers State politics and backing Tinubu's re-election. By standing behind it, and specifically behind Chinda, Fubara is telling.
And it isn't just the governor. Some of the men who were once considered part of his inner circle have already made the same move. Darlington Orji, who Fubara himself appointed as special advisor on political affairs, and Collins Onenwo, a former commissioner for transport under Fubara, have both been reported to have realigned with Wike and the Rainbow Coalition ahead of 2027. Orji has publicly rejected the idea that this is a betrayal, insisting every move he made was on the governor's own direction. Whether that framing holds is now a live question inside what used to be called the Simplified camp, and observers are watching two other names closely, Edison named Chinda and Tammy Danagogo, to see whether they follow the same path. Now here's where it gets complicated, because the man Fubara just endorsed for governor isn't a settled matter even within the coalition he's endorsing.
He's the minority leader
just
of the
weeks
House of
before
Representatives,
Fubara's declaration,
questions around
Wike stood at a luncheon
defection
in Port
and
Harcourt
resignation
in
from
front
that
of Rainbow
leadership
Coalition
role are still
candidates
working through
and
the
pushed
courts.
back hard on the
Add to
idea
that,
that
a Court
Chinda
of
already
Appeal
had the
ruling that
governorship
removed
locked
a
up.
Wike-aligned
Wike said
figure
no
as
final
APC
decision had
chairman
been
in
made.
Rivers State.
He said the
And you have
coalition,
a coalition
not any
that is
single
politically
individual,
unified
including
in
himself,
name,
would
but still
decide who
sorting out
succeeds
who
Fubara.
actually holds the
His
levers
words were
underneath
pointed.
it.
If you
So
want to
when
be governor,
Fubara
come and
stands up
join
and
the
calls
coalition.
OK Chinda
Prove your
his choice for
popularity
governor,
through the process.
he's not settling that
Nobody
question.
gets handed
He's
anything.
placing a very public bet on one side of it, and doing so from the most powerful seat in the state. What Fubara gets out of this is fairly direct. As governor, aligning fully with the coalition that controls the party structure gives him a functioning relationship with the Rivers State House of Assembly, which has not been friendly territory. It was only recently that the Assembly rejected 4 of his commissioner nominees, a sign that even after the reconciliation with Wike, the peace on the ground has been shakier than the peace in press statements. A public declaration, like this one, is as much an attempt to smooth that relationship as it is an endorsement of anyone else's candidacy. There's also the question hanging over Fubara himself, one that analysts in Rivers State have been asking out loud for months. Does he even want a second term? He has the constitutional standing to run again, and under the current arrangement, APC governors have been given more say over their own state primaries, along with what amounts to a fast track for first-term governors seeking re-election. That's leverage Fubara